The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools. If it's the sport you care about, we're talking about it. The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Eric Frandsen, Ajay, Salvesen. It's a Tuesday. Thanks for joining us, being here with us on a beautiful day today. Oh, my gosh. Doesn't it feel awesome out there? Sunshine, blue skies. Felt great. But Eric, you have this sour look on your face. Like Eric, you're not satisfied. You expect more.
So I have a foot disease, and I pretty much peeled my foot in half, the skin. And now I have a bloody stump of a foot. Check this out.
No, I don't.
No, just
hold on. I don't
need
to know your weird medical conditions.
I
don't want to look at your foot.
Just take the sock off and look at the right side of my foot. It is covered in bad stuff.
I got a nice Pick 6 gift for you today, and you keep this up, I'm going to hold on to it for another week.
Okay, now I'm stuck. Kevin, the IT guy, can you just grab my leg and pull it down? This really hurts. Wait, just take the sock off quickly. It's really hurting. But no, as
if you haven't already traumatized intern Gabby enough with having to be around you. You're taking it to another level.
Says 5 words to me a day. It took me a beg and a plea just to get her to follow me on Instagram. She finally surrendered. Hey, but dude, really, the right half of my foot on the right side is in pain, and I just want you to inspect it for a little bit. If you don't do it, I'll make IT Kevin or intern Gabby do it, and they do not want to.
They won't do it.
I'm in so much pain right now.
They won't do it.
And I'm talking about just sticking my leg up on this table. Oh, ow. Oh, I can't even. Oh. Will you just push me?
All right, so.
Just push me. Ow.
Well, Ajay gets himself reoriented.
Oh, that hurts so badly. My foot is. So I've stuck I've done everything. I've slapped it. I stuck it on a George Foreman grill and tried to burn it off. It's not working. My foot. I'm gonna have to. What's that word? Intern Gabby. What's that word when you try to take the whole thing off? It's
amputation.
Yes, amputation. My foot. I'm thinking about it because I'm in that much pain. I can't even go to the gym anymore and walk like a normal man. I look like the Affleck duck without a leg. It's bad. And I'm in a lot of pain and you don't care.
I'm watching videos about koalas escaping the fires in Australia.
Dude, those make you cry. Don't watch those. Oh, my heck.
No, it was really cool because there was a firefighter that came up to him and gave him some of his water, and this little koala was...
I've only cried twice in my life. Once, while watching the Muppet Christmas Carol, which means I cry at least once a year. And 2, the koala bears. I just want to adopt a koala bear now.
You kind of look like a koala bear.
That was incredibly racist. Try
nothing to do with race.
Yes, it does, because they are from Asia.
Had to do with size.
Oh, you're talking about the ears, aren't you? You fetch. Listen, those koala bears, I want to adopt one. If there's one animal to adopt, I would adopt a koala bear or a panda bear. They just seem so smooth and innocent and sweet. They just want your bananas. That's all. They want your bananas. They want your leaves. They want your grass. They want your legal marijuana. They want it all. And that's all they ask for. Dude, if that doesn't make you cry, you don't have a heart. Intern Gabby was looking at koala bears while we were doing some studying today because she finished her prep early. And she was shedding a couple tears.
It's pretty serious stuff. What's going on in Australia?
Oh, man. It's bad. In fact, NBA Cares has announced that Joe Ingles and the rest of the Australian professional basketball players from the NBA are going to donate $750,000 to Australia to help out with the situation there. That is... think about this. It has eliminated species there. That fire alone has eliminated species of animals there. How many it's killed? It's amazing.
Fire. Did you know that Utah has the 4th or the 5th largest population of Australians in the United States?
Wait, say that again?
Utah has the 4th or the 5th largest population of Australians in the United States.
So how much did it go down after Dante left? Is that bad to say?
By 2? I don't know.
Thanks, Kevin, IT guy.
It's a serious thing. It's a sad thing. They got some rain the other day, which was a big relief.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere too, from what it sounds like. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, good for them. I just our thoughts and prayers are with them. That's tough. Like, you lose homes, families, whatever situation is over there, and yeah, that's not good. Did it just start because of the heat? What was it?
I don't know, actually. They haven't had any rain in months.
In a while?
A long, long time.
Gosh, dang it, man.
Certainly contributed.
That sucks. I feel bad for them. Eric, we've got a pretty busy show today. We've got game time with Gabby. Gabby, the intern's in the house. Mouse in the house. I think there's 7 questions. Am my mic even on?
Yes.
Dude, we are having issues over here. Like, did we just need?
I'm not having issues. You're having issues.
Maybe we just set this.
Don't stop saying we.
This studio
this is not
on
a
fire
we
and
thing.
try
This
again.
is an Ajay thing.
Maybe we just start the show over and try again.
Yeah. If we can eliminate the whole thing, that weird thing that happened with your feet, that
no,
would be great.
Eric,
too. Forget that ever
is
happened.
a serious issue. Okay, the fires in Australia and my feet are serious issues right now that you are not taking very seriously.
Utah's favorite Australian, Joe Ingles, he had a great game last night in New Orleans. I thought he was very classy on a lot of levels. That was maybe a little controversy with how that game ended.
What did I miss?
Was it a block or was it a non-block with Ingram going to the basket? The NBA had their 2-minute report, and they said that it was a foul. A foul should have been called on Ingram when he took it to the hole against Rudy Gobert in the closing seconds.
What did Joe do, though? What did I miss on that?
What happened is all the Jazz players put 2 fingers in the air like number 2.
Yeah.
And they're all jumping up and down, and they're all celebrating, and they all run to the locker room, all with 2 in the air, except Joe. Joe stuck around. And then Joe went over and he talked to Derek Favors. He was there for the media. The rest of the Jazz players, they were gone. They all had their 2 in the air, and they're jumping up and down, hooting and hollering and celebrating. But Joe stuck around because he wanted to see. He talked to J.J. Redick. He went and talked to Derek Favors. But he was like the lone Jazz man.
I don't know if that's. I mean, look, when you get a big block like that, and then they're going to make you review it or whatever, just get to the locker room. So I can understand why they went to the locker room immediately after the block. Well, the foul. By the way, it was a foul too. Let's be clear on that. I know there's controversy with it, but he got him on the arm.
Ingram looks like he's got his arm around Gobert, but
he still hit him in the arm.
Yeah.
Still a foul. But at the same time, the Utah Jazz, and you know this as well, that they've been on the opposite side of that a lot.
Oh,
so it's finally good to actually get one and go our way. And come on. He wasn't going to make the free throws anyways. He was going to miss one of those 2. Wouldn't have mattered.
But what a game. I mean, back and forth.
I'm still not
taking it to
with
Utah,
how close
and Utah
these
kept
games
answering.
are against under 500 teams, though. I mean, look, if Zion Williamson is playing, sure, yeah, it's going to be a good game. But why the heck are we struggling to beat like Chicago Bulls, Orlando Magic, New Orleans Pelicans? I mean, shouldn't be that big of an issue. I don't know why we're struggling to put teams away.
At the end of the day, they've won 11 of their last 12. And that's,
but then you've also, yesterday you brought up a really good point that we have, Jazz have like 7 straight games of playoff contenders, with 6 of those being in the Western Conference.
No, they have like a month of playoff contending teams.
Okay, fine. Let's go 16 games versus playoff teams, and one of those is from the Eastern Conference in Miami. The rest of them are, San Antonio twice, Denver twice, Houston twice, Portland twice. And so, great to beat the Pelicans, and it's good to have the winning streak, but when it comes to Western Conference contenders, they're going to show up, and they're going to come bust the door down, and they're going to show us how real playoff basketball is supposed to be played. Like, Houston's gonna light Utah up. I'm almost certain of it.
I have been a little bit surprised that this Utah Jazz team, which was supposed to be this really good defensive team, is allowing so many points against for the Pelicans. 126 points. But the Pelicans have been playing well lately. They got the Bulls when they were playing kind of hot. And they were a really scrappy defensive team. So the Jazz are getting teams' best shot. The Jazz, they're a team now where people want to play well against Utah because it means something if you can beat the Jazz.
Does it?
A team that's won 11 of their last 12?
Against under 500 opponents.
That's a game out of being number 2 in the West?
Against under 500. Look, we got blown out by Philadelphia. Give me Lakers. Toronto. Indianapolis. Give me a couple others, man. I think Houston lit us up too. We've lost to quality playoff basketball teams by 15, 18, 23 points. So all of a sudden we live in 11 to 12 games versus really garbage basketball teams that your basketball team from your ward could beat. And we all of a sudden are high and mighty because we're one game out of second with that. Give me a break.
Yeah, but
we're
to some
supposed
degree
to
they
win
are a
these
different
games,
team
man.
now than they were then.
What do you mean?
Earlier in the year, the bench was non-existent.
Earlier in the year, dude, this was like a month ago. This is like maybe less than a month ago.
It's true. December 1st, they got blown out by 20 at Toronto, followed by another loss. It wasn't a blowout, but it was another loss. It was at Philadelphia.
Lost to Milwaukee,
and they got blown out by Los Angeles. Those were 3 straight losses that were really bad. That was December 1st through the 4th. But since then, they've only lost twice.
Great. Give me the list of those games, though, each of them.
All the games?
Give me the wins.
Victories.
Give me the wins.
Okay. Memphis.
Under 500.
Minnesota.
Under 500.
Golden State.
Ditto.
Orlando.
Horrible.
Atlanta.
Garbage.
Charlotte.
They don't even exist.
Portland.
Keep going.
Clippers.
That's one.
Detroit.
No.
Chicago.
No.
Orlando.
No.
New Orleans.
No. Holy cow. Well, that's great. Man, that's phenomenal. That's really good. We're beating up on the little brothers of the NBA. But when it comes to Joel Embiid's, Anthony Davis's, Giannis Antetokounmpo, we don't hold a candle to them. And you're telling me that for a month straight, we got to go through death row and face some of the most elite Western Conference basketball teams, not once but twice.
Wait, they don't hold a candle to Giannis Antetokounmpo. They beat Milwaukee earlier in the year, and then they lost in a very close game by only 4 points.
That game, if I remember right, wasn't as close as the score said, though. I think they came back and rallied, late. But Milwaukee was in control for most of that game. And you still lost, by the way. It doesn't matter, man. You still lost. Because you know what? They're not going to go to the in April, they're not going to look at it and say, you know what? Because you guys only lost by 4 to Milwaukee, hey, let's go ahead and give you from 7th to 6th spot. That's not how it works here in the NBA, man.
No,
you lose, and it actually adds up. And the fact that they have not, I want to know what their record is versus 500 opponents. I don't know if it shows it on that chart, but I'd like to know what their record is versus 500 opponents, because I would highly doubt it's that good.
Coming up, the Jazz host New York and Charlotte this week.
Great.
Tomorrow and on Friday. They head back out on the road to Washington, Brooklyn, back to New Orleans. That will be saucy. Then they come home against Sacramento and Indiana.
Indiana's a good ball team, too.
Then they go to Golden State, and then the death march begins. Because as we said this before, this is their run for the end of January through the end of February. A virtual gauntlet for the Utah Jazz. Dallas, Houston, at San Antonio, at Denver, at Portland, versus Denver, versus Portland, at Houston, at Dallas, versus Miami, versus San Antonio, versus Houston, versus Phoenix, versus Boston. There are no breaks in that run. Maybe Phoenix on the tail end of it.
Yeah, if you even want to consider. Okay, so right now, currently, the Jazz versus 500 teams. Okay, here, we'll run this route. Below 500, they're 16-5. Versus 500 and above, they're 10-7. In games that are 3 points or less, they're 5-1. In games that are 10 points or in double-digit figures. Oh, nope. Sorry, I looked at the wrong stat. That was the Clippers the whole time. Let's try that again.
That's great.
You ready? Oh, now this makes more sense. Versus 500 below, 19-3. Versus 500 and above, they're 5-9. They're 8-6 in games that are decided by double digits. They're 4-3 in games decided by less than 3 points. 5-9 versus 500 above. Yeah, that smells contender-like to me.
Yes, they're going through a really soft schedule right now, but they are a different team now too than when they were playing those games, those tougher games earlier in the year. The bench is better. They found themselves. They found confidence. Ball movement is back like we're used to. The defense isn't quite as great. Their offensive efficiency is just nuts, crazy. They're the best three-point shooting team in the NBA.
Yeah. Gobert's a beast. It's extremely unfortunate he will not make the All-Star team, but he has been unreal.
You don't think he will?
No, he's not making the All-Star team.
Any type of play he's had the last 2 months?
Doesn't matter. He's not making the All-Star team. I'll tell you, Jokic, Anthony Davis,
think Karl Anthony Towns gets in ahead of him? 'Cause I'm trying to think who's the third center that would be ahead of Rudy.
You know what? I hate to tell you, but I think even Karl, I don't want it to happen, but I think even Cat Towns makes it. Do you know what would really set you off, though, or would really set off a riot, pitchforks, fire sticks, and everything, is if JaVale McGee made it over Rudy Gobert.
He won't.
Dude, he plays for the best team in the league.
If anything, Dwight Howard would get in ahead of him.
That's another threat you got to worry about, actually. Like, I mean, because look, when you look at that top 10 front court, Rudy Gobert's name isn't on that list, Eric. I know it's a fan vote, but the fact that the fans don't even realize it, it's got to worry you a lot. Donovan Mitchell, now he'll probably make it. Actually, I'm certain he'll make it, to be honest with you. He doesn't start, but he's definitely reserved off the bench. And speaking of which, you see Derrick Rose entered into the skills challenge. So they've got one member in the skills challenge. Zach LaVine's been invited, of course, to the dunk contest. I don't think Donovan Mitchell participates in that again. I don't think he'll do it. But yeah.
I'm just looking. I just saw something just yesterday that was published on this about All-Star Weekend. Actually, just within the last hour. Luka Doncic, Trae Young have been invited to compete in the three-point contest. Other participants have not yet been revealed. But there's talk that Dwight Howard wants to participate in the slam dunk contest.
He'll get in.
Duncan Robinson from the Miami Heat, he's been rumored to participate in the three-point shootout. Some of the other people that have been rumored for the slam dunk contest, Derrick Jones Jr. with the Miami Heat. As we mentioned, Dwight Howard, John Morant with the Grizzlies, and Zach LaVine, as you already said, with the Bulls. And he's won it before.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a good dunk. I'd like Dwight Howard in it. I would like to see what he could do. I wish Blake Griffin could be in it too. But
Blake Griffin?
Yeah.
Hasn't hardly played at all this year.
Don't you remember when he jumped over the Kia car?
Oh, yes. He had some great dunks.
I would love to see Blake Griffin versus Dwight Howard. We won't see it, but that'd be cool. But kind of like one of those classic throwbacks. I mean, he has Zach.
Well, if you want classic throwbacks, let's get Vince Carter in there.
Dude, that'd be great. But Vince can barely even, jump. He looks like you. He's just that old. That would be great, though. And then, even have him, dressed up in the Toronto Raptors stuff. That was such cool days. I mean, do you remember that? Do you remember watching that dunk contest that day?
That was amazing.
Just set the freaking world on fire. If Twitter was alive that day,
it would have
been trending. Vince Carter, 360 Vince Carter, 180 Vince Carter, elbow through the rim Vince Carter. I mean, it would have been unreal. Dude, he set that just the NBA on fire. What was that, 99? Or was that 2000? I can't remember. It's been so long ago. I want to say it was 2000.
I would think it would have been probably 2000, but it's in that time.
And you know what was sad about it, though? The double-edged sword that it was is that, if I remember right, Jason Richardson had a hell of a dunk contest like the following year, but nobody cared because they're like, oh, we've already seen these before. And it was like, come on, man.
Can we just replay Vince Carter again?
That's what sucked about it. It was tough. I felt bad for everybody after that. I felt bad for everybody, the contestants that night, but especially the year after.
It seems to go in waves like that.
Yeah, it does.
You'll have a competition here and there where it just is nuts, like Gordon and Levine a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. They just kept going back and forth. Each time raised the bar even higher. But then, like a year or two after that, it's pretty pedestrian. It's pretty boring. And then all of a sudden you have somebody else that just shows up on the scene and grabs your attention.
Donovan Mitchell, I thought, did a great job, too. Was it 2 years ago that he was in it?
Yeah,
I thought he was phenomenal. I thought that was fun. And it was a really close dunk contest, too.
Speaking of Donovan Mitchell and All-Star Weekend, no, we don't know if he's going to be an All-Star or not, but chew on this. In this recent stretch of games here for the Utah Jazz, when they've won 11 of their last 12, this information courtesy of Sports Center, so that's a wide national audience that's going out to. Donovan Mitchell has been on fire during that stretch, according to what they've put out there. 25.6 points a game, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 52% field goal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Guys getting national attention.
500 teams.
He's making highlight reels.
Well, dude, when he's playing against guys like you and me, it's easy to do. Now play against guys like Boston Celtics, Milwaukee, Lakers, and do that consistently for that month that you talk about that's coming up. And then we'll talk about it.
In the game last night against New Orleans, we already talked about Joe Ingles. I thought he's so much better in the starting lineup, without question. He's just more involved. He's more dialed in. 22 points for Joe. Rudy Gobert didn't score in double figures for the first time in a little while, but another monster performance on the boards with 19 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't get credited with any blocks, though he should have for the end of the game.
No, it was a foul.
It was not called a foul, so therefore it does not go down as a foul.
I wouldn't credit the block either because I knew I missed the foul call.
But then another solid performance off the bench by Jordan Clarkson. 16 points.
Yeah.
1 rebound and an assist. And a block.
Jordan Clarkson, I can't tell you enough how wrong I was. I just didn't think, I don't know how he would fit. And really, he's actually hasn't been that bad defensively. He's been okay.
Yeah.
Better than what I expected. Maybe it's because I had such low expectations for him, but man, it's good to have scoring off the bench. You said it to me. I remember, I was complaining about the defensive, and you said it's not about defense with this guy coming on the team. It's about offense. It's about scoring, and that's what they need. And sure enough, that's what he's been doing. And it's just kept the game within reach for the Jazz, where the Jazz don't have to worry about taking their starters off the court, losing a 15-point lead, and then having to regain it again. With Jordan Clarkson, you almost sustain that same rhythm. I'd have to look at the numbers, but with him on the court, I believe if the Jazz have a lead, if they lose any advantage of the lead, it's only by like 2 or 3 points. If they gain a part of the lead, it's like by +5 in the last 8 games. It's incredible right now what he's doing
against teams below 500.
Against teams that are garbage. Yeah. Now let's see if he can do it against us.
Waiting for you to say it, and you didn't, Seth. But you know what? Besides what he was doing off the bench, I already mentioned Donovan. He had another solid game. Rudy had a monster performance. Joe did very, very well. How about Bojan Bogdanović, though?
Dude, 35 and 4 zeros. By the way, the stat that blew my mind is in regards of that as well. Uh-oh.
I think we're going to agree on that.
Oh, shoot.
It is pretty mind-blowing, though. It is pretty mind-blowing.
Dude, 35 points and nothing else. People are like, where's that team player? I'm like,
all offense for Bogey.
It's not his job. Not his job.
Derek Favors. You know what? He as a fan of the Utah Jazz, I kind of miss not having Derek Favors.
I miss him, period.
In the mix.
I freaking miss
He looks
that
like
guy.
He's happy, and I'm happy for him.
Does he look like he's happy? I can't tell. You know, because I really wanted to feel bad for him as a Jazz running off the court celebrating, and he just stood there.
I did feel bad about that. He's standing there, and all his former teammates are running by him with the number 2 in the air, kind of rubbing it in their faces.
Oh, I feel bad.
And he's just standing there like, well, see you guys.
I remember that day.
I remember having fun with you guys.
It's like kids going to play on the monkey bars, and they leave you on the swing set. That happened to me all the time. They pushed me really high on the swing, but I couldn't get down forever because I had to finish swinging. And they just go run off and go do their own thing.
They're off doing something else.
I was the Derek Favors of that group all the time.
10 boards, 9 points, 3 blocks.
Was that
Derek
Favors? Holy crap.
But the Jazz really had a hard time stopping Ingram. He's a special player.
Yeah, he's a good ball player. I don't know why they couldn't make anything of him when he was in L.A. Maybe
he's a modern-day Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Just the
That's
way
a great way to put
his
it.
build, the way that he moves, the way he can handle the ball. And that kind of player has always been difficult for the Jazz.
Yeah. Yep. We got to take a break. We got to get to high school basketball here coming up. John Newbold at 4:30, Dave Simmons at 4:45. So get you ready for Region 11 basketball play. And then game time with Gabby. Gabby's favorite segment of the day. You know, I asked her, Gabby, the intern, I asked her, so, like, when you go home, like, after you leave the place, do you listen to our show? She said, yeah. And I was like, why? She says, I just think you're hilarious. Well, thank you. I mean, you can't tell because of my skin color, but I was blushing.
What did you pay her to say that?
I didn't pay her nothing. I just was stunned that she even talked.
That's good. She does talk.
She gets like 5 words out. You can get 5 words out. Look, I made 2 big achievements today. One, I was able to get up this morning and walk despite my near amputated foot. And two, Eric, I was able to have a full-on conversation with Gabby and then get her to follow me on social media. And if you look at her social media, it is hard to get her to follow people. But I was one of the very special ones. And I am appreciative to Gabby. Pretty exclusive group.
No, we appreciate the work she does behind the scenes.
She does. Well, actually, a lot of good work. She makes us look really good.
She helped
really,
me out
really
with
good
today.
in her job.
So we'll hear from, we'll do some game time with Gabby coming up. We'll also hear from John Newbold and Dave Simmons. Region 11 basketball is getting started this week. So what are these teams, what do they look like? What have they done so far?
Hey, what's my pick 6 gift, too?
What does region play look like? Oh, it's over here. Don't. Get down. Get off the table. Ajay, get down.
The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Then you can go home.
Welcome back to the Full Court Press.
What are you laughing
at? There must be a tropical depression somewhere because we haven't connected with the hurricane just yet.
Oh, dude. Okay, you are really stretching with those. You are really stretching with that stuff.
So, by the way, you won pick 6 this week.
Yes. Oh, what did you get me? Oh. Ow. What is it? Ah.
Some Big League Chew.
Some Big League Chew. So when I was young and I was innocent and naive, I used to chew this like, tobacco. Because that's what the big players did.
Big
Chipper Jones?
Yeah, they always stuck it in their
You want some gum? Okay, when I don't offer people a lot of things in my life. Okay? Sometimes comfort. Okay? Sometimes, socks. And sometimes maybe a smile here and there. And I can just tell by the because you've yawned 4 times during our break, and I feel like some Big League Chew will get you back to the superstar you want to be.
I mean, no thanks. This is nap time. What are you?
It's 4:30 in the evening.
I know it's been a long day.
Oh, what? Yeah, Gabby, the intern, joins us here on the Full Court Press. Gabby, tell us about your day. Why was it long?
I don't know. I just had to go to school. That's
School's
no good.
long.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School's hard.
It is hard.
How was recess?
I don't get that anymore.
Well, did you go what'd you do for lunch? Do they serve good lunches still at school?
Not really. No,
Okay, easy.
Not
My
not a
mom's
big
the
fan.
cook over there.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Yeah, don't lie to me.
She can see through you.
I just want to know. I mean, she's been yawning a lot today. I mean, look, I got up. You got up early today, Eric. I don't know why you're so tired, but I thought I'd ask.
I'm pretty
just
sure
how it
she
goes.
got up before any one of us.
Whoa, what time did you get up?
Yeah, like 6:30.
Oh my gosh, why?
I have to go to school.
What time does school start?
8.
You need 90.
Well, hey, hang on.
Okay,
I have a 15-minute drive,
15-minute drive.
and I have to drop my brother off at school.
Where's your
Oh.
brother go to school at?
Spring Creek.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to go to Spring Creek.
I
And
went to Spring Creek.
those were the glory days. Okay, we used to play butt ball. You don't know what butt ball is? Okay,
No.
so you
Oh,
throw
we did
the
that
tennis
for
ball
hours. Yes.
at the wall, and if you
Just
drop
outside?
it or mishandle the ball as it comes off the wall, you have to stand against the wall, face the wall, and there's 3 people get to throw a tennis ball at you and peg you.
What?
You get your friends to do it, you will become addicted to that game.
I think I'm good. Thanks, though.
It'll be better than insta snapping
You'll
with all your
be
friends.
a hero.
I'm sure.
Okay, well,
Hey, so let's while we wait to connect with Hurricane John Newbold, let's do game time with Gabby.
this gum is phenomenal. Are you sure you don't want any, Gabby?
It's been a little while since we've done game time with
Oh
Gabby.
my gosh, it's good. Yeah. So
Because we had the holidays and
So
Christmas
she asked
break.
me how many questions she should do.
Different
I said 7,
schedules.
so we could do a best of 7. I like a best of 7. You know, NBA Finals, sort of tournament style.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited.
I don't need to hear you chewing your gum, though.
All right, there we go. Oh yes, yes, sir. Who wants to be? You want headphones?
Okay.
Oh yeah, listen to this music. It will get you fired up. It will get you fired up to do these questions. Bingo.
So Gabby has been doing her research.
Yep.
7 questions.
Yep.
Invite you to play along at home as well.
All right. Let's
Hey,
hear it.
I'm excited for this week.
Me
Got
too.
some weird questions.
Yes,
They're
I
good.
like weird.
Okay, ready?
We are ready.
Okay. Who is the only coach to win both a Super Bowl and a Rose Bowl?
Oh.
Pete Carroll?
No.
Ooh.
Who's the only coach to win a Super Bowl? Pete Carroll never won the Rose Bowl? Super Bowl and a Rose Bowl. Is it Jim Harbaugh? John Harbaugh.
No.
I don't know who. Oh,
That's a
yes,
really good
Gabby.
question.
I like this. The Super
Who
Bowl
was
and a
really... what's his name? Walsh.
No.
The old 49ers coach.
Bill Walsh?
Yeah.
He never coached in the Pac-12, Pac-10.
We could have been in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
That
don't
could
know.
be a Big Ten coach.
It could have been a Big Ten coach.
Wait. Can you,
But he wasn't there either. Well, that's a really good
That's
question.
a great question, Gabby. Who is it?
Dick Vermeil.
Oh,
Dick Vermeil.
Wait, where was he at
Where
college
was he in
though?
the back? Yeah.
Where was he at college? I'm googling this guy. Dick Vermeil, huh? Wow.
That's interesting. Okay.
Good one. Okay, what's our next one?
All right. After retiring as a player, what team did Babe Ruth spend 1 year coaching?
Babe Ruth coached?
Yes. I didn't know this was true.
I didn't know Babe Ruth coached.
Um,
The Red Sox.
Nope.
wasn't the Yankees. Was it the Brewers?
Mm-mm.
Holy cow, she's getting good.
We got the answer to your previous one.
Who is it?
Dick Vermeil coached at UCLA and the Boston Braves.
What?
Thank you, Greg. Texting that in.
UCLA, huh? Bruins. Okay.
I don't know about Babe Ruth though. I didn't know he did any coaching.
Me neither. Not the Mets. Give me one more. Pirates.
Nope.
Who was it?
Brooklyn Dodgers.
What?
Oh, Brooklyn Dodgers. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Which type of ball was basketball played with before, like up until 1929? Like what ball? Because it was not a basketball.
Okay, wait. Ask that again.
Okay. What type of ball was basketball played with up until 1929? Because it was not a basketball. It was invented until 1929.
Okay, so the question, Eric, is what type
Sorry, I had to answer the phone.
No, it's all right. The question was, what type of basketball?
What type of ball?
What type of ball was played with before 1929 to play the game of basketball? Was it a peach ball?
No, they were. Well, they started out shooting in peach baskets.
Yeah, peach baskets. That's what it was. A football.
No.
Rugby ball.
No.
A volleyball.
Nope.
Soccer ball.
Soccer ball. Yeah. Basketball was played with the soccer ball for 38 years.
Wow.
Crazy.
Really?
Yep.
That is crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Dude, she's kicking our butts.
I know.
We might have to
We're not
order
doing
a
that
treat
great.
ask for next week, man. She's kicking it.
Okay. 4th question. Okay. In 1994, there was no baseball World Series. Why was that?
There's a strike.
Yep. You know why?
Labor?
Salary cap.
Yeah. If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah.
Braves would have won it that year, too. They were the best team in the dang league. I'm still bitter about that as a Braves fan,
Still a
by the
little
way.
salty
I'm
there.
still angry.
Okay. 5th question. This is a local question.
Oh, good.
Okay. So, who is the shortest person currently playing on the Utah State basketball team?
Ooh. The shortest
The
person.
Shortest.
And it's not Abel.
It's not?
Think about that again.
It's not Abel Porter. I know.
I'm going to say it is Abel Porter.
He's 6'3".
Yep, it's not Abel. Shortest
Who's
person.
shorter than Abel?
That's what I had, but
Is it Bischoff?
I had Abel Porter.
Oh, Abel Porter is the shortest.
That's what I had.
He is the shortest. Okay.
That's what I got. But
Okay. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay,
No,
so
you're
it is
good.
Abel Porter. He is the shortest at 6'3".
Yeah.
Wow. And he's not even really that
He's
short.
not that small. No.
No. But guess how tall the tallest person is?
7'2". It's Kuba.
Yeah.
My man.
That's crazy. That's over a
6'2"
foot,
to
or almost
7'3".
a foot.
Have you ever seen those two stand next to each other? Oh my
No.
gosh, it's a sight to behold.
That's ridiculous.
I'll have to tell you a story about me and Thurl Bailey meeting for the first time. And when we went to hug, I grabbed his butt because I was so short and I didn't even notice. It was awkward.
That's the problem.
That would be
Yeah.
a little weird.
It wasn't my
A little
fault.
awkward.
All right, here we go.
Okay, 6th question. The next 2 questions are quotes. Okay.
Ooh.
So who said this quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Ooh, Michael Jordan.
Michael Scott.
Nope.
No, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
He did?
Yes. A little slow there, but I got it.
I didn't know that was him. I thought it was Michael Jordan, actually. I really did. Oh, okay.
Okay. Last one. So it's another quote. So nothing is given, everything is earned.
Michael Jordan.
No.
Wow, I really thought that was Michael Jordan, too.
Nothing is given, everything is earned. Red Auerbach.
Nope.
Was it John Wooden?
No.
Was it a hockey player?
Basketball.
It was a basketball player. Michael
Larry Bird.
No.
Magic Johnson.
Nope.
We're just gonna start. Pat Riley.
No.
Phil Johnson.
Yeah, it was Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
You said
Ready?
Phil Johnson? You just pulled that out.
Sorry.
Who was it?
LeBron James.
Oh, I bet he stole it.
It's possible. But that's what I had as an answer.
That's
Gabby,
good.
you owned us. Okay.
Those
tomorrow,
were good.
I will get you a treat tomorrow. You got a treat for stumping us.
Oh, those were good. I like those questions. That was a good one.
Those were
Those
really
were
good.
great.
Little local, little national, little historical.
Those were awesome. Gabby the intern, everybody. It's good stuff. Gabby, it's time to go home and take your nap.
Oh, yay. I'm excited. I'm waiting all day for it.
Make sure you get some rest for school tomorrow.
I will,
Okay.
thanks. Yep.
And we'll probably talk to you tomorrow, I guess. Actually, no, we won't, but I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, we'll talk to her tomorrow.
Really?
Maybe not on air. But
Yeah,
we'll
not
talk.
on air, but we'll, yeah. All
I
right,
don't know,
Gabby,
you might
thank
decide
you.
to ignore her.
Thank you,
back
guys.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. Coming back, it's
Thanks,
John
Gabby.
Newbold, the voice play-by-play of the Skyview Bobcats, will be joining us on the Full Court Press.
The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools, the Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Eric Frandsen, Ajay, Salvesen. That was a really good game time with Gabby.
Dude, she's getting good at that.
That was good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
She earlier today, she came up and she was quizzing me like, what can I do? What can I do to help you today? So we're talking about a couple different things. And I said, oh, yeah, we got to do game time with Gabby. It's like, okay, do you want it to be like current stuff, local stuff? And I said, you know what? This is your segment. It's your call.
Yeah, she asked me, she goes, like, what kind of questions? And I'm like, you pick the questions. It's our job to answer them.
Yeah.
You tell us what to answer.
Taking ownership.
I like it.
That's what we want.
Spicy McGriddle.
What?
Yeah, it was the segment. It was a Spicy McGriddle.
Is that an off-menu item at McDonald's?
So you have to kind of ask for it. You have to request it. Instead of getting just a regular, the crappy sausage they give you, you get a Spicy McChicken patty and put it on the McGriddle.
So Hurricane John Newbold now joins us. I don't know where you're going with that. Skyview boys basketball team, number 1 in RPI rankings in the state. And I picked up another victory last night that you heard right here on The Fan. And Hurricane John Newbold, this is a team that won the state championship a year ago. Does this look like a team that can repeat? Is they're the number 1 team in the state right now?
Well, they're starting to look like it. They did in the second half last night against Morgan. At least midway through the third quarter, then the Bobcats looked like they're a team that could repeat as the 4A champs. But the first couple of quarters, I wouldn't say they did. They're a little bit sluggish in some of their starts. That's one of the things Coach Hilliard talked about in the postgame, is that they just need to clean that up and get off to a better start. And obviously with region play starting up, and a big one this Friday against the Bears of Bear River, that's what they're going to have to do, is get off to a better start. But that's been kind of a problem for the Bobcats in a couple of their games. They get off to slow starts, and it takes them a little bit before they get going. And, at the start of the season, the first couple of games, you could kind of be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. They've got some new guys. They're trying to figure out what their team's all about, and maybe that's kind of what's still happening. But last night, when they took it to Morgan in the third quarter, they really notched it down on the defensive end and got things rolling.
Certainly, we're all familiar with Mason Falslove, an incredible athlete. I mean, what he did a year ago in basketball, we all saw what he did in football this past year. We were debating if there's anybody that should be considered higher than him, if we were to classify the top high school athletes ever to come out of this valley. He's certainly got to be in the discussion. Besides Mason Falslove, though, what does the rest of this roster look like for Skyview?
Well, of course, the next place you would look would be Sam Phipps. He was the MVP of that 4A state tournament last year, and a big reason why they won that state championship against the Bear River Bears. Everyone, like you say, will look at Mason, but Sam had a big role in that game with his blocked shots and just the way he altered shots at 6'7". He's a big part of it. He's averaging nearly a double-double just like Mason. They're only a couple rebounds off. Mason's averaging around 9 rebounds a game, and Sam's around 8. But after those two, then you look at 6'7" Bracken Schumann, and he wasn't a big part last year, but he's stepped into the role big time now as he's kind of like got his confidence up, because he played defensive line on the state championship football team, and that's really helped him out in basketball. And he's a force that you can't really push around down low. And so Skyview definitely has a height advantage with those two players at 6'7", with Bracken and Sam. And then you go to the guards, you've got Caden Penrose, Titan Saxton, and Tatum Mill, are guys that all start and all are big contributors as far as like defensive things go. Last night, though, Tatum Mill, he exploded with 6 3-point shots made, and had a career high or a season high for sure with 20-plus points in that game last night. So he's a guy that stepped up last night, and that's what the Bobcats need. They need someone outside of, for sure, Sam and Mason and Bracken. If you can get anything scoring-wise out of Caden Penrose or Titan Saxon or Tatum Neal, Skyview's hard to stop.
How much does Gabby miss the DeBoard brothers, or at least one of them?
Well, I think at the start of the season, Ajay, they did miss Cade because they needed that other scoring threat other than Mason and Sam. And in my opinion, that's kind of what's been missing. But, yeah, I think that does kind of, and just with the rotation, too, I think it just kind of messed with it a little bit. And the way the schedule has gone and the way that they had to change their schedule up with a couple of games. With the Madison game, it was supposed to be in the Spectrum, and they had to move it to Rexburg, and the Morgan game was supposed to be right after Thanksgiving, and that game got moved because of weather. And just the way the breaks in school have gone, they haven't had a lot of practices together. They've had a lot of walkthroughs, the Bobcats, but Coach Hilliard, I know he's ready to just get into that normal routine of having, a game on Wednesday and a game on Friday with region and then having the practice schedule go. But I think having DeBoard gone at the start of the season, I think it was just a mixture of guys trying to figure out where they belonged on the team.
This is obviously you've been following just exclusively Skyview and perhaps haven't had a chance to scout too many of the other teams just yet. But this Bear River team had a great year last year. They're off to a pretty good start again this year, and it's fitting to get Region 11 started in a big way to have Skyview and Bear River face each other in the region opener. What do you see in that game that's going to play out on Friday night?
Well, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fantastic game. I think Bear River, and this is just me, of course, but I think they're a little bit of a surprise. Not that they didn't have scorers before, because Huber's still there and Fonsbeck's still there, but I mean, it's a little bit of a surprise, just the fact that they've started off so hot, in my opinion. I think that they're playing at a high level, and Coach Hilliard, he feels, and I'm sure that it's no surprise, but a team that just won the state championship, they're going to have a target on their back coming into region, even though they were the fourth-place team out of region last year. They're going to be the team to beat, and I think Bear River, the Skyview's beaten Bear River the last 3 times that they've faced them. I think Huber and Fonsbeck, Litchford, those guys, they're going to be ready for the Bobcats, and it should be a good one for sure. But, when they get off, I mean, you're talking about the 2 of the top scorers in the region, too, with Huber and Falsworth.
Well, John, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate your time. Big one on Friday night. Hey, if fans want to be able to listen to your game, tell us how they can tune into what radio dial.
Well, you can always tune in right here on 1390 AM and 106.9 FM, The Fan.
All right, hey, John, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, okay, we'll see you. Bye.
All right, thanks, John. We are the home. The Fan is the home of the Skyview Bobcats. We'll continue over the next couple of days to catch up with the other play-by-play announcers for the other schools. We'll hear from Dave Simmons, who calls the action for Ridgeline, coming up here in just a little bit. But short break. We're going to tease what's coming up next hour here on the Full Court Press.
Talking the sports you care about. The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen, you're on the Fan, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Appreciate John Newbold for hanging out with us for a little bit to preview the Skyview Bobcats. Off to a good start.
Hey, J.C. Carroll is going to reportedly call it a career after the season is over for his Spain. Is that right? Or Real Madrid?
Real Madrid. He's had a tremendous professional career.
And that's what I want to talk about for just a bit here is because of the first hour. J.C. Carroll is one of the greatest players to come out of Utah State University in any sport, Eric. And I'm talking any sport. What he did, I mean, even in his freshman year, what he did, and at times even carrying the basketball team, being a freshman leading this team, guys like Spencer Nielsen, Nate Harris, Tyler Newbold, Ty Wesley, come on, a freshman doing that? And he gained and garnered the respect from his coaches and players to be able to have that opportunity. Boy, he made the most of it. One of the greatest to ever play at Utah State. Happy for him.
And he's had a very successful career in Europe. He's won multiple championships at the highest level over there. Very well respected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really thought of very well in circles there. He's been great for the communities that he's been a part of. News today that he is informed Real Madrid that he intends to retire at the end of the season.
So will he move back to Wellsville?
He's sure got a big fancy house that he just built.
In case he's looking for a place to live, yeah.
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next hour here on the Full Court Press, we'll get into a stat that blew our mind, our player of the week. We'll also preview the Ridgeline Riverhawks, some news about stealing signs in baseball, and getting you in the know for the Air Force Falcons. Utah State playing Air Force tonight.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. Tua Tagovailoa declared himself eligible for the NFL Draft yesterday, beginning what should be a very interesting spring. The Alabama quarterback is recovering from a dislocated hip. No one knows if he'll be ready to play next season, and even if he does, Tua's history of injuries is concerning. But if you're going to be reading a mock draft this week, don't be surprised if Tua's name is still in the first round. He's been incredibly productive in his college career. His style is electrifying. He doesn't run much, but he has a unique ability to move around in the pocket and make plays. 10 years ago, he may have been considered too short. No longer. Tua's skill set seems to fit today's NFL quite well. Now teams have to make a tough decision. Can they afford to pass on him and watch other teams maybe get a huge bargain? Whatever happens, Tua is going to get a lot of attention in the coming months as he prepares for what he hopes is a long, healthy, successful NFL career. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise.